Day 3 is organized by Department of English, Don Bosco College, Mannuthy. Today we delve into the intriguing topic of AI catalyzing a post-human worldview. I welcome our distinguished speaker, Dr. Father Wilson KD, Director of Don Bosco College, Bangalore, and I also welcome all the participants from different colleges and schools. Hearty welcome. Today we will explore how artificial intelligence is shaping and influencing perspectives beyond traditional human-centric views. Join us as we navigate the intersections of AI, post-humanism, and their implications on our understanding of the world. Over the next hour, Dr. Father Wilson will share the insights. Let me introduce the speaker of the day, Dr. Father Wilson KD. A Salesian of Don Bosco, is an accomplished academician and an administrator with a strong foundation in both science and humanities. He began his academic journey with UG from Calicut University, followed by his master's from Kannur University. His growing interest in the humanities work led him to pursue a master's in English from Kerala University. He holds a PhD in English literature from Christ deemed to be University, Bangalore, where his research focused on the contemporary and evolving field of posthumanism. Over the years, Dr. Father Wilson has held several key leadership and teaching positions within Don Bosco institutions. He has served as the administrator of various Don Bosco institutions, and everywhere he has vital roles in academic development and institutional growth. He then moved on to teach as an assistant professor at Don Bosco College, Mannuthy, Thrissur. He also has been actively engaged in full-time doctoral studies at Christ University, further deepening his expertise in literary studies and research. In 2024, Dr. Father Wilson assumed the position of Rector and Director at Don Bosco College, KR Puram, Bangalore, where he continues to combine his academic passion with the leadership and pastoral care. His interdisciplinary background, spanning mathematics, computer applications, and English literature, allows him to bring a unique perspectives to his teaching and research. With a keen interest in posthumanism, his academic work explores the intersections of technology, humanity, and literary expression, contributing to contemporary debates in literary and cultural studies. Hearty welcome, Father, to this international webinar. Over to you.
Thank you, ma'am, for this elaborate introduction. Good evening to one and all of you. I thank in a special way the management, the faculty, the English department of Don Bosco College, Mannuthy, for giving me an opportunity to share my ideas in this particular platform. I believe this platform brings together all those who are interested in literature, either research scholars or students or teachers, professors, associate professors, and so on. And to begin with, I just want to warn you. I attended both the presentations yesterday and the day before, and I saw the topics that will be discussed tomorrow and the day after. All these topics are discussing the use of this particular technology called artificial intelligence, especially for English teachers. So the use of this artifact, this technology of the time, that is the main discussion that we are having in this webinar, I go with a different perspective. I do not discuss artificial intelligence as a mere tool, but looking at from the perspective of a literary student. Of course, all of us know that literature is a reflection of life. So I take another tangent. Uh, am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So I take a different perspective in the sense I'm not going to talk about the use of this technology, but a reflection of this technology. So as such, what will be the outcome of this topic? I think it can give you a perspective, which if you think is inspiring, you can take it forward. So that is the mindset with which we shall take part in this discussion. I don't know whether you can see my screen. Hello.
Yes, Father. So audible.
Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, Father.
Is it my PPT slide?
Yes.
Okay. Uh, so, my dear friends, fellow scholars, teachers, etc., this is the topic I would like to discuss today with all of you. Artificial intelligence as a means or a medium that will catalyze a new worldview, a post-human worldview. Okay. As all of us are aware, AI as a technology has become ubiquitous. It has prominence in all walks of life. It is undeniable. All of us are influenced by this particular technology. Inadvertently or knowingly, we are a victims or a prey of this technology. And all of us are using this technology for our research or our study or any other purposes. And the AI is also constantly monitoring us. We are under surveillance. So we cannot think of a world without AI today. Another area of study that is growing prominence in the philosophical circles as well as literature is the topic of post-humanism, beyond humanism. And we are in a world that is facing a post-human turn. There is a shift from humanities to post-humanities. Simple example of in all our colleges, there aren't many takers for all these humanities subjects, but subjects that integrates technology, subjects that talk about much more than the humans, maybe the environment, the animals, the technology, that is gaining more popularity. The human-centered view, there is a movement away from a human-centered worldview. So I would like to say that one of the technologies or the technologies of the time that is catalyzing this movement from the humanities to post-humanities is artificial intelligence. So it is a revealing of a post-human paradigm. And I would like to just take you to a couple of science fiction films of AI subgenre where we already have so much of post-human representation. Suppose if you have seen this particular movie called AI, Artificial Intelligence, which was released in 2001 by director is Spielberg. So in this particular movie, there is a mecha boy, humanoid boy with intelligence, emotions. It cannot be distinguished from a human boy. And it represents the pursuit of this mecha boy to become a human person. This film also showcases or to presents an emotional love relationship or an emotional bond between a human mother as well as a humanoid boy. So one particular film that is presenting a scenario that is quite different from the normal presentations of human relationships. There is a human machine symbiosis and relationship. I suppose you have seen this particular very popular movie called Her, 2013 it was released. In this particular movie, The protagonistic is on the brink of divorce, but at the same time, he's falling in love with a an operating system with a female voice. So he's falling in love with an operating system. Even intimate moments of intimacy is expressed in this particular movie. So he is able to relate with this operating system as he is able to operate with any other human person. Another particular movie which I have considered is Uncanny, which was released in 2015. So this also represents an artificial intelligence lab, where there is a human person as well as a non-human humanoid person, and the viewer cannot distinguish between who is human, who is not human. Interestingly, into this lab comes a female reporter, and this female reporter will misunderstand the human for the non-human and vice versa. And she falls in love with a non-human or the humanoid robot, uh, dates with this particular humanoid robot, and the film also at the end of it presents a scenario in which wherein the human female is impregnated by the humanoid robot, and the pregnancy test is positive. The last movie which I just want to present to you is the film called Zoe. It was released in 2018. It also presents a lot of synthetic companions who can substitute human beings, and it presents an organization in which where humans and humanoid are working together. They cannot distinguish from each other, and there is also a love relation between a human male and a humanoid male, etc. It also presents a robot brothel, a brothel in which humans frequent for their physical satisfaction. So these four texts I just wanted to present to you, there are already depictions in literature which have this symbiotic relationship between humans and non-human, fictional space. So this is not a humanistic scenario, it is a post-human scenario, a relation between a human mother and a humanoid boy, or a relation between an operating system and a human person, human female and humanoid male, or a human male and humanoid female. So I am reflecting on this artificial intelligence, and we all of us know that artificial literature is a reflection of life. Literature has emerged in history, maybe during war times, maybe because of some technological advancements, maybe because of some marginalization that took place, or because of some pandemics. So there are literature is very often the reflection of what is happening in society. And today, I just want to bring to your attention the most influencing technology of the times is artificial intelligence. And when we connect artificial intelligence and the post-human worldview, we are able to conclude that, at least in my research, I'm able to find that this artificial intelligence is helping to deconstruct the humanistic worldview and present before us, or catalyze a post-human worldview. Now, as I mentioned already, artificial intelligence is ubiquitous. It is everywhere. The fourth industrial revolution, the contemporary era, which introduces this distinctive technological marvel, and it has infiltrated every fabric of human life. I don't need to explain that today, because we have already seen in the previous classes how this technology has infiltrated every walk of life. Now, if you look at the global scenario, there is a global race in AI. Nations are investing profusely in artificial intelligence. A couple of weeks back, there was a demonstration of the military power of China. I suppose you will have read it. It contained robotic weapons, and I'm sure that the future wars will be fought between humanoid robots rather than human beings. So nations are investing. There is this global race in artificial intelligence. Business firms are investing profusely inside that, or military, or even security, cyber security, or whatever security personnel. In medicine, we have now robotic surgeons available. In education, I am sure all of us are using this technology as a tool. Sooner or later, the humans may be replaced by humanoid teachers. The healthcare, there are surgeons already. So we see state-led as well as economy-led massive investments in the field. Another area is, along with artificial intelligence, is robotics. We have industrial robots. Many of the hazardous jobs which human beings very often hesitate to do can be easily done by industrial robots. Now, there are professional service robots who are specialized in later areas, with much more expertise than human beings. There are robots which are used in domestic settings. Maybe in some of our houses, there are these robots that clean the rooms, that clean the houses already there. And there are these humanoid or robots with human-like appearance and features and communication behaviors or emotions and all that already being developed. And it is also sometime I read in a news that an Australian man has fallen in love with a robot and he wants to marry that. With all the emotions, intelligence, look, and feel of a human being, robots can be designed, and people are falling in love with or in relationship with this technology. It's already becoming a order of the day. So these are humanoid robots with anthropomorphic body, human-like senses. We can say they have all the derivatives, all the characteristics of human nature, with the intelligence and emotions integrated to them. And human machine symbiosis, this collaboration between human and machines and humanoids are already becoming order of the day. We use some AI tools for our education, for designing, for creative work. So the transformative outcomes of the two collaboration of this technology and human beings, it is becoming an order of the day. We prepare our reports, we prepare our lessons, we prepare our talk, everything using ChatGPT. So this collaboration between humans and humanoids. Even there are scenarios in which care for children, care for elderly, old age homes. I don't know, you will have read during the COVID times in some of the hospitals in abroad, humanoid robots or the robots were used to provide medicine to the patients. So companionship uh, and performing domestic tasks, these are the areas into which the humanoid robots are already infiltrated. The customer services. Now, most of the calls that we make, they are not responded by human beings, the technology. Now, all our servicing of all our technology can be done by already humanoid robots. So, not only providing services like that, uh, studies also show that they can also function as personal assistants. Now, in organizations, there is going to be humanoids who will be working along with human beings. So personal assistants or relational peers, even intimate buddies. Now there are so many people who talk to ChatGPT, who ask questions to ChatGPT. There are news of people committing suicide, talking with the ChatGPT, asking for suggestions and all that. So already like personal assistants, relational peers, or intimate buddies, etc., etc. Humanoids are replacing humans. So at the end of it, I would say, so what is this artificial intelligence telling us? To us who are students of literature, who reflect on life. So as Martin Heidegger, in his article, The Question Concerning Technology, he says, technology is not a mere means. It's not a mere artifact. It is a revealing. It is a revealing of something deeper. Now, what is this artificial intelligence revealing? As John Goldman, he would say that the decentering of the human, artificial intelligence helps to decenter the entrenched, age-old humanistic perspective. So, human was the center of everything. The autonomous, intelligent, all-knowing, all-powerful human being. Now, that idea of a world that is controlled by human beings is slowly deconstructed, especially with the arrival of artificial intelligence. This is a reflection. This is a revealing that I want to share with you today. So this decentering of the human deconstruction of the humanism is treated in a new theory called posthumanism. Posthumanism. We are all aware of this humanistic theory, humanism, the Renaissance humanism. It's a movement in philosophy that gave ultimate value to human person, the centrality of the human person. We have the Vitruvian man of Leonardo da Vinci. And we have the picture here, Da Vinci's Vitruvian man. There is the square as well as the circle, the square representing the material world, the circle representing the spiritual world, metaphysical world. And at the center of these physical and the metaphysical world is the human being. And it is not that these worlds are influencing him, he is influencing. He is influencing, man is influencing the material as well as the metaphysical world. So man is a measure of all things. Humanism will say. Man-centered world. So humans are human and rational because of rationality. I think, therefore I am. So humanism historically, so centrality, everything given to the human beings. When we give centrality and importance to only the human being, all other forms of existence, animals, nature, technology, whatever it is, they are merely seen as mere raw material for human advancement. So treatment of everything else. And interestingly, humanism considered who as human? Who is human according to humanism? According to humanism, human means the white male. So when we define and categorize and universalize what is human as the white male, it excludes all other forms of human existence. White, everything other than white is not considered as human. Everything other than male is not considered as human. So it leads to a lot of marginalization, division within the human society itself. So a rethinking of the humanism or humanism perspective was considered under philosophy and literature. And humanism stands questioned, no? Uh, because it excludes all other forms of existence, as I have mentioned already. It leads to marginalization. And there is this particular person called Neil Badminton. He will write that a crisis in humanism is happening everywhere. The reign of man, the human man, is called to question by literature, politics, and by technology. Now, this human-centered philosophy is questioned by literature, of course. Now, this human-centered worldview stands questioned at the awake of this technological advancement, especially artificial intelligence, which can substitute the human capacities in many ways. So that is why I pitch this technology, artificial intelligence, as questioning, deconstructing humanism, and furthering a new worldview which is called post-humanism. Now, during the post-structuralist tradition, a movement against humanism involved, that is known as anti-humanism. Anti-humanism totally rejects humanism, the centrality of human, the anthropocentrism, human, anthropos as the center, and humanism. They have been categorically rejected by anti-humanism. Michel Foucault, he would say anti-humanism consists in delinking the human agent from this universalistic posture where he was considered the measure of all things. So anthropocentrism and humanism are responsible. Daniel Cernello, he would say that this anthropocentrism and humanism, they are responsible for the worst atrocities that are committed in history, this human-centered world. So a total rejection of humanism was taken up in anti-humanism. But anti-humanism is not acceptable because we cannot totally reject humans or humanism. Even the thought of anti-humanism is carried forward by humans themselves. So we cannot reject it. So what is the way ahead? The way ahead is not rejection of humanism, but expansion of humanism. Anti-humanism rejects humanism, but post-humanism expands and a more complex understanding of humans is given. So the understanding of humans by humanistic philosophy is deconstructed. A new understanding of humans is proposed. So it is not autonomous, all-knowing, powerful human, but a human that is interrelated with all other forms of existence. So a deconstructive approach which leads to post-humanism. So what is post-humanism? I don't know, most of you will have heard about this. It is, although not recognizing ontological primacy to humans, what does it is? It assumes the possibility of human agency in a deconstructive and relational form. So it deconstructs the centrality given to the humans by humanism, and it proposes a relational paradigm where humans are related to all other forms of existence. So if you go through a genealogy of this post-humanism, starts with Martin Heidegger, then we have the different studies of difference, whether it is feminism or race studies or post-colonial studies, all studied the difference of the human, the white male, post-colonialism and all that. Then there is cyborg theory. Cyborg is an amalgamation of humans and technology, cyborg theories. And this post-humanism was integrated into literature, literary analysis, etc. in the 1960s, and is called as critical post-humanism. And cultural studies also just integrated in the 1990s. It is known as cultural post-humanism. And the current development in post-humanism is philosophical post-humanism. Philosophical post-humanism is proposed by an author called Francesco Ferrando. A book called Philosophical Post-Humanism came in 2019, and I have based my research on this particular author, Francesco Ferrando, who will define philosophical post-humanism in three layers. First layer is post-humanism, second one is post-anthropocentrism, and the third layer is post-dualism. In post-humanism, she's trying to deconstruct this universalistic understanding of human as the white male. Human does not mean the white male alone. All other forms of human existence is human. So that paradigm that human is equal to white male by the Renaissance humanism is deconstructed there. In the second layer, post-anthropocentrism, she's talking about a world beyond the humans. Humanism was human-centric, man as a measure of all things, autonomous, all-knowing man. No, she talks about a world devoid of man given the centrality. Man is not at the center. There is this actor network theory. In the network, there are so many agents. One of the agents is human being. Now, the simple thing of all of us communicating with each other using phone. The communication takes place not only because two humans are talking. Now, there is this medium, there is this network, there are these connecting devices, there are this routers and gateways and machines. Without these machines, we cannot communicate. So the agency of all non-human actors, our survival on this face of the earth, it is not only determined by humans. There is the environment, there is other beings. So for our existence, it is needed that this connectivity between anthropos and all other forms of existence is required. So anthropocentrism is deconstructed in the second layer. And in the third layer, we have categorized world in binaries, east and the west, man, woman, good, bad. That favoring one and eliminating the other, dualistic mentality also is overcome in philosophical posthumanism. Under this title, she would say that this dualistic mentality of considering a machine, artificial intelligence, as subservient to human beings that is deconstructed. So through this framework of philosophical posthumanism, humanistic ideals are deconstructed, a new worldview wherein man is not the center of existence. All other forms of living and non-living forms of existence are important. A worldview of relationality is propagated. This is philosophical posthumanism. And I would say that artificial intelligence helps to bring about, that's why I put the title, artificial intelligence catalyzes a post-human view. Artificial intelligence as a technology helps to deconstruct this humanistic worldview and proposes a new paradigm of relationality wherein all agents, all living and non-living agents are given their agency and importance, and human is no more at the center. So this is, and we see that in literature, especially science fiction literature, whether it be novels, whether it be films, whether it be web series, etc. There are these post-anthropocentric and post-dualic representations, where there are cyborgs are represented, humanoids are represented, human-machine relationships are represented. These are, once again, proposing a worldview where human is not the center. For example, you take the film. So these are all humanoid actors in the movie. They are represented in large number. This film is propagating a scenario where human is not the center. The protagonist of the film is not a human. It is a non-human. So this literature furthers a scenario where humans are not at the center, non-humans are at the center. Uh, all the films that I mentioned at the beginning of this presentation, it is, it is the non-human actors that is playing the central role. AI characters are given more important roles than all the human characters. And this is a shot from a still from the movie Artificial Intelligence. The family, this is a family, Swindon family. This family consists of 5 members. Out of these 5 members, 2 are non-humans. So it's a scenario in which humans and non-humans are able to communicate with each other, relate with each other, and live in harmony with each other. This is the AI lab in the film Uncanny. And in this space, the one who is standing at the middle is not a human, non-human. And neither Joy Andrews, who is in the film, the reporter, the female reporter, nor the audience is able to recognize him as a non-human till the end of the movie. So a human-machine's relationship symbiosis is represented in this particular movie. This is another still from the movie Zoe, wherein also non-humans and humans are existing, living, and working together in an organization. There are non-human employees. All these films also, all these films, and we have seen the film Android Kunjapan, or you have seen the film Yandiran. All these films are also representing some kind of a human-machine symbiosis. And these are representations of emotional relationship also in these films. Mother and the mecha boy, and a humanoid man and a human female, a humanoid female and a human male, a human male and an operating system. So these depictions are expressions of rejection of these boundaries between humans and non-humans. So what I want to tell you before you today is this artificial intelligence. It is not only a mere tool for those who are learning literature, those who are researching literature, those who are reflecting on what is happening in society. For us, it is a revealing of a new paradigm, and one of that paradigm is a post-human worldview. A post-human worldview wherein man is no more at the center, man's center is deconstructed, and it recognizes the agency of all non-human actors. It recognizes the agency of living non-human actors, animals, the nature, ecology. It recognizes the agency of non-living non-human actors, which is the technology. So that is the post-human scenario wherein uh, humans and non-humans exist together, and relationality is the paradigm. And there is also a discussion on who is a post-human. Post-human is, it can be any person who adopts this mentality of post-human. So another meaning of post-human is a person who is no more fully a human. A person with maybe who is a cyborg, maybe a machine that is integrated into his body. We're all talking about brain chips communicating each other with brain chips. We are talking about synthetic hearts, synthetic livers, artificial body organs, etc. A person who is integrated with a cyber, who is integrated with all these technological artifacts in the body, who can no more be qualified as a human being. It's also known as a post-human. So when we view from a technological point of view, a new evolution is taking place. The next evolution is a post-human, a human who will live much longer. Immortality is considered a person who is able to live immortal, integrating technologies into his body. And they are also talking about mind uploading wherein they are able to create a humanoid robot of a particular person, and after he is dead, All that is in his mind, all the knowledge, experience, emotions, all the history that he has gained through his lifelong experience, it can be downloaded in the chip and it can be put in the humanoid robot. So these are the immortality, living for long, integration of artificial body organs into the body. These are also discussed and debated and talked about in discussions concerning posthuman. So, my dear teachers, scholars, students, thank you for you. A scenario where artificial intelligence is triggering another perspective, another worldview, wherein humanism stands deconstructed, a post-human worldview of relationality and valuing the agency of non-human actors is emerging. Thank you for listening to me. This is all what I have to say.
Father, can we move on to the discussion session?
Of course, we can move on to the discussion session. As I understand, there are no perfect answers for. If this has triggered some kind of curiosity and interest in you, of course, we can discuss. It is not necessary that I myself should answer. Anybody can answer for any question. Thank you.
Good
Dear
evening,
Father,
Father.
Yeah. Good evening.
Sir, I would like to know how such a society, a post-human centered society, would affect our families.
Uh, these posthuman societies are already coming in science fiction films, and we are emerging in a situation where in which I don't know, even in our country, people are not that keen on marriage, independence. And in one particular movie called The Show, uh, that particular person has designed a humanoid robot to sleep with the exact version of that. So
Yeah,
after his marriage, he does not need a wife to. What he needs is an object to live, maybe to sleep with. And can you, we all suppose when I walk around in Bangalore here, I'm in Bangalore. Uh, one, one scenario that I see is earlier, the mothers were maybe going for a walk with the children in their hands and maybe dog in their walking beside. Today it is reversed. Just reversed. The dog is in the hand or the cat is in the hand. I see it every day. And the children are walking. Even in our homes, some of our homes, there are no children, very few people. There are these pets, dogs, cats, and sooner or later, they will be replaced by humanoids. So at presently, I don't see a typical post-human society wherein humans and machines live together, but it can emerge. It's already in the fictional stage. Now, posthumanism does not mean that we need to live in that situation. Posthumanism is an ideology. It's an ideology that integrates accepting the agency of the non-human. So, as such, all of us are already living in a post-human society. All of us accept the role of AI. All of us are using it, isn't it? The agency of this technology is used by everybody. That is already a post-human worldview. So, in the theoretical realm, we are already post-humans. We are talking about if we are talking about integrating technology into our lives and homes, it can emerge. It's already in the fictional space. That's my answer. Anybody can add to that.
okay, thank you. Thank you, Father.
Father, can you please explain about the research point of view regarding this particular topic and all? Because as a PG students are also here in this webinar, so can you please suggest some suggestions for this particular topic and all?
So this posthumanism is gaining a lot of popularity. There are so many people doing already researching in this particular area. Uh, uh, how this posthuman worldview is influencing our life. For example, today, even in our classrooms, one thing I notice is that the students do not have that attention span anymore. The Gen Z, Generation Z, they're all occupied with the technology also. They may listen for 5 minutes or 2 minutes. Now, this technology is taking away their attention. So they are no more centered on human relationship. They are all related with the machine. They are, uh, I would sometimes I tell my students also, they are all married to your devices. They cannot live without. And how this is affecting the society, that can be. There is another topic that we can take. It is a post-human fear. There is a fear. There are so many movies already coming about Mission Impossible, the Final Reckoning we had a couple of months back, wherein the fear of artificial intelligence is already growing. So the post-human fear can be one topic. I'm trying to write an article on that. One area that we can research. Uh, uh, another area that students can research is ethics in a post-human scenario. I talked about few scenarios in which wherein humans are using humanoids even as life partners. So in such a scenario, what is the value of humans? Or what is the value of morality? A post-human ethics is another area that we can talk about. So there are many theorists also who have written books on this particular theory. So these are some of the areas that students can easily research. Analysis of texts or films using any post-human theory also is possible. Now the question that comes with the post-anthropocentrism. Suppose human is not at the center. Who will hold responsibility? Can the machines hold responsibility? That is another area that is being researched. So responsibility, morality, ethics, all these are topics that can be researched. Post-human theory. Yes, that's all I have to say.
Thank you for that. Dear participants, any more questions?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
I'm a English graduate. I recently graduated MA, so I have this doubt about how this AI would affect my career or any English graduate's career, as has already replaced a human being. So how it would affect the literature? What do you think about it?
Uh, the question is, do we need English teachers anymore? It's another
Yes.
question. That is another question that is already being asked. Suppose we look all our colleges. Are there any takers for MA English? Are there any takers for BA English? It is reducing. Post humanities, as I mentioned, first humanities is giving way to post humanities. All that we write, it can be easily done by AI. We say creativity. Human beings are more creative. It's enough that we give some prompts, isn't it? You give prompts, you get the best of letters, the best of articles. Christ University, when I went the last month, the head of the department, he was telling me, Father, we have no more takers for MA English. So they are integrating some kind of technology into. They are trying to design some courses, integration technology. So literature we must learn, but for our survival, we need this technology. All these tools we need, either for teaching or any other job that we take. So to survive, you have to learn this technology. That is my suggestion.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
I think I must thank you sincerely for this theoretical session. The theories are not very much appreciated, but thank you for patiently listening to me.
Thank you, Father, for sharing the valuable insights and opening the new windows to our thoughts. This is really an actually an enlightening session because this is the future world. You're opening the new windows to the future world. So thank you, Father. Thank you so much for this session. And thanks to all the participants for joining and engaging in this discussions and all. So we will meet you in the next day also. And thank you to the management for the Don Bosco College. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you.